Here's one of the more confusing concepts in Python, not because of what they do, but rather how they sound so similar to each other. And you guessed it right, I'm going to talk about iterators and iterables today. So firstly, to start off with iterables. So any set of items or a collection of items that can be looped over using a for loop can be called as iterables. So we have lists, tuples, dictionaries, sets and so on. All of them can be looped over and hence they are called iterables. So the point to note here is, I'm sure you would have come across magic methods, and all iterables implement the double underscore iter method in them, which essentially return an iterator object. So what is iterator object? An iterator is essentially a protocol that tells you how to iterate over an iterable. It also specifies that you can access only one element at a time, given that you have an iterate. The same iterator object cannot be used over and over, but instead once you have looped over the items, you have to discard the iterator and create a new iterator object. And whenever there are no more elements to iterate over, the iterator raises a stop iteration exception. The power of iterators is that you can define custom ways to iterate over the iterables. And what do I mean by that? Well, we'll get into that in a different video, but for now, let's take a simple example to understand iterables and iterators. Let's say we have a list of numbers. So I'm just going to call it my list and add a few numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next thing I would do is I need to iterate over this list. So I would create an iterator object, and let me call it my iterator, and I would pass this list to the iter function. So this will return an iterator object using which I can iterate over the iterables. And you need to fetch the next element. So all you need to do is pass the iterator object to this next method. So let's add a few more. Yeah. So if I go run this code, you can clearly see that since I called the next method 3 times, I have 1, 2 and 3 printed here, right? So if I call it one more time, let's call it a few more times. Okay. Let's see what happens. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 printed. What happens if we print it again, or if we call the next method again on the iterator? Let's find out. Oh, it raised the stop iteration exception. So there you go, you have iterators and iterables, and never get confused again when dealing with them. Thanks for watching this video. Do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.